to 54. But we're talking about today, first of all, Vlad Durick and Tony Gollan.
Yeah, he's a good horse. I thought he was terrific first up. It's just a matter whether he's still sharp enough for the sprinting to the 1300 here, considering his profile. I think the soft is brilliant for him. And I'm terrified of different form here, and he's the one with different form, where we've had these good horses all as a bunch. He comes into this level now and could easily shape up. I think he's over the odds.
They went very fast early, as we mentioned in that Victory Stakes, and Vlad was back niggling at him all the way. He was pretty much the last horse standing, but powered through the line in that Group 2 back on the 4th of May. I love the gap between. If it happens to be a bit of a sit and sprint, that could go against him, but he's an outstanding galloper, Antino.
Just a magnificent looking animal. There's no better looking animal than Antino, actually, in the yard, and I wouldn't be worried about him not being sort of sharp enough. He's really eagle-eyed here in the yard.
Here's Ozapanko back as a gelding, Tommy Berry and Chris Waller.
Yeah, good horse if right. Probably a start-off race for him. Keep an eye on him for next time. I'm sure there's a target in mind.
Yeah, probably wait for him to get over something a little further.
Yeah, it's an okay parade, but probably improvement to come.
Here's Freedom Rally. Tim Clark on for Tony Gollan.
Unlucky.
Desperate to win this race, Ronnie. Desperate to win this race. I know he's big odds, but if he could win it, he'd get into the Stradbroke, which is what they're dreaming of.
Yeah, it's a dream. He was unlucky last week. This is a big leap. Prefer handicaps for him.
Yeah, the price is sort of reflecting that. But still, he's still a big price for a very, very good horse. Really keen to see how he performs at this level today.
Yeah, wait for age. I'm so interested to see, but let's not forget how much he loves Eagle Farm.
Now, can this girl go back-to-back? Bella Nipotina, the 10,000 winner, Craig Williams and Kieran Maher.
Well, we know she grows a leg on these soft tracks and never lets horse supporters down. So she'll be snapping at their heels again. Never runs bad.
That's where she'll be, you would think, right up on the pace. Hopefully that was a bit of a one-off last time when she hesitated, then got to the right part of the track at Doomben and managed to get over the top of I Wish I Win late. But today, the way the map looks, if she jumps, she's going to be right there at the top of the straight, ready to go.
Just a magic parade by her. She's come on in the coat beautifully since we saw her last, and have a look at that engine that she parades.
She's the first of 4 very classy mares here. The next one in secret. First up, Jamie Carr, James Cummings.
Yeah, they would have had this in mind with her 1300 first up and just that extra gallop. So I think it's very interesting. They want to run a straight in a race like this. Trial was fantastic. We know how good she is when she's right. She's never picked in the yard, because like I said, she's just a refined little racehorse.
Yes, she could blow them away here. Anything's possible within secret. She's so versatile. I know she's great down the straight and in anything. And I just think today, you know, positioning midfield, nice and fresh, she's going to explode in the home straight.
Yeah, she's just so conservative, isn't she? She holds her tickets close to her chest. A nice parade. She'll come on in the coat.
Dual Group 1 winner, Magic Time, Michael D. Graham Big.
Yeah, presented beautifully. Here's another one. Terrific mare, fresh, handles all conditions, versatile as far as if something goes wrong and they slow right up, she can be there, and she's a real force here.
Yeah, she's an outstanding mare. 11 starts, 6 wins. We haven't seen her since the All-Age Stakes on that very heavy track, 20th of April. So she's freshened up beautifully. And that recent trial at the coast when third was great. There were 2 horses that went off like it was a race, and she sat behind them. Michael D didn't move on her. She just looks super. Big chance.
It couldn't look any better. She's in fine form. She's had obviously a number of weeks between runs, and she's glowing.
And here's Espiona, Nashrilla and Chris Waller.
Yeah, she raced erratically again there in the Doomben 10,000. She's a winning chance if she decides to execute well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's got that habit of wanting to lay in the home straight, but if she goes straight, she certainly has the ability to win.
Okay, and have a chat to Tony Gollan. He's got the Stradbroke favourite here, Antino, at Wait for Age today. One thing's for sure, Tony, Antino loves Eagle Farm.
Yeah, he does. He's done most of his racing here at home in Queensland, and he enjoys this track. It's obviously a bit chewing out today, but I don't see any reason why soft ground here at Eagle Farm would bother him.
Can you see him winning at Wait for Age today?
I can't see him running bad, that's for sure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's Tony Gollan and James Cummings with In Secret. Well, will this plan come off? First up, 1300. Tell us about that.
Well, look, you know, we were interested in the Doomben 10,000, but that just came up at her a little too quick, given that we gave her more time from the early autumn. and yet she's just trained up beautifully. Weight for age, I can get over the 1300 first up because she's just going so well, and she's got those two big performances over 1400 metres, that being the Golden Rose and the Surround as a 3-year-old.
And is this the hit and run mission? Is this it for her? Is this what she's aimed at and finish up?
Yeah, at most we thought we'd have 2 runs in the winter, but here we are. We'll get through this weekend, and this track is, to my eye, deteriorating a bit, and I felt like they were getting into it in the size, but even more so in the Fred Best, and I don't think I love that, getting closer to an 8 than a 5 for In Secret, but look, she's a class act and she can still run a big race. She's going to give a little bit of fitness away to these rivals, but she's really flying, so she gets a chance to conserve energy from a great draw. And Jamie Carr's already, she's ridden 2 winners.
Yes.
So she's hopefully going to notch up a 3rd.
Okay, and she deserves one on her too.
She does, yeah, absolutely. Look, first time she's on the mare's back in a horse race, but could have been a Newmarket winner on her. But that's got its own story now, and a great one. But you know, it'd be great to see that she'll have confidence in the mare. She watched her trial, and she's feeding off our enthusiasm about the way she's going.
Good luck, James.
Thank you.
Concerns about how she'll handle the track. Not surprising, In Secret. Okay, Bernie, who did you like in the Kingsford Smith?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Magic Time. I mean, obviously there's plenty to like out of the yard here, but Magic Time, although I'm not overly familiar with her, speaking with Graham Begg, she's just done so well since she's come to Queensland. That recent tick-over trial, a magical parade by her, and I think these conditions, as James mentioned, probably heading towards an 8 at this stage, will really come into play and suit her.
Gee, there's been a good move for Think About It. He's been very, very solid in the market. I think people were happy with what they saw with Think About It in the mounting yard, and we'll see if we can get some pictures of him over there at the start, because I can recall last year him doing exactly the same thing, but very quiet when he approached the start. Look, I'm with number 10 In Secret, taking on board what James Cummings is thinking, but I'm going to go with her here. To beat number 1, I Wish I Win. Number 11, Magic Time, and then I've got number 9, Bella Nipotina, 10, 1, 11, 9, 8 Group 1 winners lining up here. They're all presented beautifully, but just a slight edge to In Secret for me.
Okay. Best sprint race of the year we're about to see here, I would say, looking at the line-up here, considering circumstances. I'm with I Wish I Win. Hopefully he can just peel the outside, right horse to follow, to blend him in on the point of the turn, and you're going to see a rushing finish. I hope he gets off the rails here. I think about it. We just saw him behind the barrier. He was just like an angel, just standing there with his ears pricked. There's so many similarities to when he was here last time. And the punters aren't mugs. Look at him. He's a little pony. You can have a ride on him now myself. Of the others, Magic Time is presented absolutely outstanding, and who knows what In Secret can do here. James, there's no put off there. I think they're pretty happy with her, and I hate to leave Antino out because I just love that different form here. 1, 2, 11 and 10.
Maybe a touch of deja vu for Joe Pride. The way Think About It went onto the track, the way he's standing behind the gates, it reminds you of 12 months ago.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's sometimes those similar environments bring out, similar behaviour, to state the obvious, but I'm happy the way he's presented here today, and he seems like he's got his game face on, so let's hope that that ends with a good result.
Are you happy he's back sprinting again?
Yeah, look, I mean, this is an obvious target for him, and it'll certainly give us a very good guide as to, where we're at with him at the moment.
Good luck, Joe.
Thank you.
There's Joe Pride. Big race coming up. Ronnie, the TJ and the Goodwood, 2 big sprints, two of our most recent Group 1s, and the 10,000. So we'll talk about those 3 races. There was nothing between runners. They were blanket finishes.
Yes, and it puts doubts in your mind when you think, it's just run-of-the-race stuff between them, and then you get fresh blood coming into it. First up In Secret, Magic Time, different form, freshen. Think About It, back train like a sprinter just for this race. Are they going to react for that and show up the weight for age form here from earlier in the season? A lot's got to be learnt here, a lot. This is an amazing race.
Here's I Wish I Win over behind the gates and Espiona. So 4 mares lining up here, Espiona, Magic Time, In Secret and Bella Nipotina, all Group 1 winners in their own rights. The only horses who have not won a Group 1 in this field are Antino. He may get his in the Stradbroke. Osipenko, they tried so hard to get a Group 1 before they gelded him. And Freedom Rally, who is yet to reach those heights of racing in Group 1s. Here he is lining up in one today. In Secret goes in with Jamie Carr on board. Would be the nominal choice for Godolphin's slot in the Everest as it stands right now. Freedom Rally must win this race to get into the Stradbroke. He's too far down the list, but this race also offers an exemption from ballot. Ronnie, how's that market looking?
Well, on the QOP, they're equal favourites. $3.90 each of two. The top two, the tab a little bit shorter with I Wish I Win, but Big Go, think about it.
Uncommon James goes in, and that'll leave Antino. There he is, the Stradbroke favourite, using the Kingsford Smith as his final lead-up. And they're all set. Group 1 here at Eagle Farm.
Now turned on, Kingsford Smith, right to go. All in, racing. I Wish I Win. Bella Nipotina both began well, and going forward, it is Think About It. Likewise, Uncommon James and Freedom Rally drifting back as I Wish I Win now. Rolling forward as Magic Time around In Secret. 3 wide as Antino. Third last outside Espiona. Last of all is Osipenko. It's Uncommon James in front by length and a half, and second Freedom Rally. Third Think About It. Fourth is Bella Nipotina. A length and a half to Magic Time. I Wish I Win's on the inside of In Secret. A long way back is Osipenko, followed further back by second last in behind those is Espiona. Last of all is Antino, 3 wide. Uncommon James in front by next. Second Freedom Rally. 2 lengths away, third Think About It. Bella Nipotina fourth, and 50 outside is Magic Time. I Wish I Win's on the inside of In Secret. A long way back is Espiona. Nearer the inside is Osipenko and Antino, right towards the outside after 400. Uncommon James in front, trying hard the outside Freedom Rally. Chiming in, Think About It. Running home as I Wish I Win, and coming through Bella Nipotina. Bella Nipotina to the inside. I Wish I Win down the outside. The inside Bella Nipotina. I Wish I Win. Bella Nipotina. I Wish I Win. I Wish I Win on the outside, grabbing the lead, and I Wish I Win's one from Bella Nipotina. Third to In Secret, followed by Freedom Rally. Think About It, Antino. Further back to Osipenko. Espiona, Magic Time, Uncommon James at the rear.
I Wish I Win has won the Kingsford Smith. Luke Nolan makes a triumphant return to the saddle on this horse. He was bitterly disappointed to be dumped for James McDonald, who rode him in the Doomben 10,000. And prior to that, in the TJ Smith. But he's back on board today. The old firm, the Black Caviar firm, is back together. Nolan and Moody, you can add Catherine Coleman in for good measure. And I Wish I Win has beaten this ultra honest mare, Bella Nipotina, who's just failed to take out the 10,000 Kingsford Smith double. And there's In Secret running home down the outside with Freedom Rally, who has run a bottler. In Secret's run third. But it's a big moment for Moody and Coleman, Bernadette Cooper.
An extraordinary moment, because I believe, Catherine, is this the first Group 1 win you've actually attended?
Yes, it is. It is indeed. I haven't been on course for the other one, so it's incredibly special. And we've got the whole Moody crew here today, and Jeff, our racing manager, and it's just amazing.
Obviously, there was plenty of confidence about.
Yeah, look, there was, but barrier 1, he was going to need a good ride from Luke Nolan, and I'm so thrilled for Luke to win this on him as well. You know, he's worked hard to get back on him, and that adds another layer to it.
Their success is just extraordinary, obviously. How happy had you been with his last couple of weeks' work?
Yeah, super. I was so happy when I saw him today. He looks incredible, and that's a huge credit to the team that have had him up here in Brisbane. Gio's been up here for the last few months looking after the horses and travelling, and they've stayed at Desley Force's stable, and she's done an amazing job as well. And, you know, I've got to say a huge thank you to our team back at home as well. Will Holmes, our foreman, all the staff there. They do an incredible job, and we wouldn't be doing this without them.
Obviously kicked off with barrier 1. Was that somewhat nervous for you in the early stages?
Yeah, absolutely. There were definitely a few nervous moments there, and we said pre-race we were going to need some magic from Luke, and he was able to provide that.
Yes, he certainly did bring the magic today. Is that stumps for him as far as Brisbane's concerned?
Yeah, look, we'll just see how he pulls up, but I'd say he'll go and have a little break now, and then we'll prep him for the spring.
Beautiful. Another Everest install.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Great stuff. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Okay, we can't interview Peter Moody. We might be able to get a camera on him, though, because he's now walking down to saddle up his runners in the Queensland Derby. They have 2, Autumn Angel and Saban. Luke Nolan's coming back. Ronnie, your thoughts on a tremendous finish and a brilliant win by I Wish I Win?
Yeah, great to have him back. I thought it was outstanding. The guts to have the gear change on him today. Blinkers on, nose roll off. And Luke, you can't give him enough credit here. He knew where he had to get on this track. He knew it was going to be a slowly run race. He found the right back to follow. They tried to hold him in. He said, no, this is mine. And he savaged the line today, and that I can't wait for him to come back in the spring. Some people were doubting him, saying, you know, he needs another win, but boy, oh boy, there's been a few little excuses along the way, and he's probably better on a drier track. So he's an outstanding sprinter. She's so honest and brave and good and classy, Bella Nipotima, and considering In Secret was served first up, she was gallant in defeat, but a great win and a great result.
Bernie, a nice round number for both Moody and Nolan today. Moody, his 60th Group 1 victory, and for this man, Luke Nolan, his 40th.
Luke Nolan, what a star of Australian racing you've been. How good to be back on this horse here today.
Yeah, I'm just grateful for the privilege. Obviously, I've done a lot on this horse, so I was a bit disappointed when I was taken off, but we made amends today.
And that's the chocolate wheel of racing, isn't it, for jockeys?
Yeah, some days you're at the top, and the other days you can be at the bottom, you know. So you take each day as it comes. But I was pretty down. But these experiences are character building. I've got plenty of bloody character now, don't worry. But no, obviously I've got a lot to do with the Moody Coleman yard, and yeah, of that 40 Group 1s, a significant amount for Pete. But it's one ride in a day. I didn't know where I was going on Sunday, so very grateful. A week's a long time in racing.
It is indeed. He's such a brute of a horse, isn't he? He's just all talent. Take us through the race, given that you started off in barrier 1.
Race worked out pretty good. Pete was mindful he wanted me to get out, and I said, well, we've drawn one, you bastard, so come on, make it a bit harder. But actually, the race worked out pretty good. Normally, without the hood on, he can be a bit pedantic in amongst them. Today he showed a bit of grit. We gained a run outside the leaders' heels. We got the sort of the 300 inside us. I knew we could finish over him, but 2 weeks between runs, he's never as dynamic. He's probably more traceman-like today, softer ground too, but top of the ground, I wouldn't have seen which way he went.
Outstanding. Enjoy the win.
No, we'll just stay away from the mate, but we're going to get him right amongst it today. Cheers, mate.
Well done.
Okay, I'll get you that stat of how many Group 1s they've had together. They've trained, Peter Moody's trained his 60th Group 1 winner today. Luke Nolan's ridden his 40th, but combined, I'll get that number for you. Catherine Coleman, she wasn't on track when I Wish I Win won the TJ. Now let me think about this. No, it wasn't. It was, yes, the TJ. The TJ with Chain of Lightning was her first Group 1, and the Oaks with Autumn Angel was her second Group 1. And she wasn't on track for either. But today she's there, and she's won her third Group 1, but the first one she's witnessed live. So what a moment for her. Pick them up, Ronnie, when they jumped away. The Queenslanders went 1-2 here. Uncommon James found the lead from Freedom Rally, and Think About It got into third outside Bella Nipotina.
Yeah, and for this class of race, we knew they were going to go slow, and they were running very steady sectionals here. And he was aware of that, Noel, and he said, I'll have Bella Nipotina's back, and at any opportunity, I'm going to get off the fence here. So I've got the big three in front of me here, Bella Nipotina, there's Think About It in front of him, and Magic Time, the little filly, just tried to have a crack at him and not let him out in the straight, but that was the defining moment there when Think About It pulled off the rail, and then he sees that little gap there, and he says, no, and that's my gap. And today he finished him off, you know, a little bit. He floated on the inside the other day. Take nothing away from the second mare. She's just a sensational soft tracker. And in secret, it gets more than a pass mark there. Impossible race to make any ground in. So the winners come from behind that main lot there. Freedom Rally was great, considering, but he got on pace favours there. But he really performed well in that grade. But I can't wait for him to come back. He's going to be all the talk for the Tab Everest now, even though he's not unbeatable. But it's a lovely to go out on a win.
$4.50 for the Everest now at Randwick. He's won a TJ. He's run second in an Everest behind Think About It, and he's run third in a TJ behind Chain of Lightning. He's $4.50 now for the Everest. Now, last year the slot was purchased by Trackside New Zealand. They bought that slot off Inglis, and I believe there are negotiations, there are talk that will happen again. Frighteningly hard to beat, but look at Antino. Look, he won't be facing these horses in a Stradbroke. Moody has been all the way along not ruling out the Stradbroke with I Wish I Win.
That's true.
He refuses to say no to the Stradbroke. Now, if he happened to run, he'd carry 58.5. Now, 58.5.
Yeah.
Campaign King, rough habit.
Rough habit. Yeah, but the 58s, and Peter brought this up during the week, buffering, ran second with 58.
Yep.
But Peter's more concerned about not the actual weight that he's got to carry, but how much has he got to give away? Can he give 8-9 kilos away to a horse like Freedom Rally? That's what he's concerned about. But and those blinkers, like Peter just keeps on surprising, doesn't he? You know, this horse has been beaten narrowly in his last couple of starts in Group 1s, but decides today to pull the blinkers out. He hasn't had them on since August of 2022.
And that's when he wasn't with Moody.
That's right, yeah.
This is the first time he's had them on with Peter. I think he's won one race in blinkers, and it was at Trentham.
It would have killed him taking that nose roll off. They're born with it.
Well, there's the horse that was born with the
crooked leg.
The crooked leg.
Yeah. Incredible.
The in-turn leg. If you haven't seen footage of that, it is quite incredible. A horse destined never to be able to race. His leg was that deformed. But time and patience, he's turned into arguably the best sprinter in the world.
And what about Bella Nipotina? I mean, she made him earn it again today, didn't she? She's been to Perth and back, and she just keeps on turning up. She's incredible.
She's an iron horse.
She is. She's been everywhere.
Her last 6 runs, 5th in a Newmarket, 4th in a William Reid, up to Sydney, 2nd in a TJ Smith, over to Perth, 4th in a Quokka, back to Brisbane, wins a 10,000, and then runs 2nd to I Wish I Win in a Kingsford Smith.
And they wanted to scratch her yesterday.
She was under an injury cloud. They were going to replate her with, 3/4 plates or something?
Yeah, I think she did have 3/4 plates. So, so many stories, and that's a top-class race.
You know what? This Moody Noel Coleman show is not over yet.
No, and you know what? We've got the World Pool, guys, and they love the roll-ups in Hong Kong. Peter Moody, Catherine Coleman with 2 big winners already. I don't know what price this will start on, but Toad Autumn Angel.
It's come up 5-4, so, and that they loved the last winner. He paid $3.30 on a $4 call. So you're right. They might be the stable roll-up here into Autumn Angel, and they could finish with a bang. They got the horse in the last as well that you quite like. So what a day it could be, and it's been a great day already. But what could happen in these next 2 races?
His biggest day was in 2012, according to Moody, that is. Brambles won the Queensland Derby, Midsummer Music won the Stradbroke, and Lights of Heaven won the Brisbane Cup.
It'll be better than that if she
It's
wins.
shaping up better already. Let's go and hear from the beaten jockeys in the Kingsford Smith. They'll be coming to the yard. 18 runners in the Queensland Derby this year, but let's hear what they had to say behind I Wish I Win in the Group 1 Kingsford Smith.
Billy Egan, Uncommon James.
Just wait for age 1300, probably found him out.
Jamie Carr in secret.
Yeah, super effort. It's pretty testing conditions out there now, and she's just peaked late, but can't fault the horse. Super run.
Vlad Jurek, Antino.
Really good. It was run pretty pedestrian, the race, and all back in the field. When they quickened, they just left him a length, and then he's made that ground up and a bit extra in the straight. So, you know, mathematically, it's set level weights with the way the race was run. He sort of closed good enough for 2 weeks' time.
Craig Williams, Bella Nipotina.
Yeah, good. Credit to the winner. Amazing athlete, amazing horse, and credit to my mare and Kieran Maher and his stable around him. She obviously was under a vet cloud yesterday. You could see how she performed. She turned up here safe, healthy, in great order, and we were just denied beaten by a bloody good horse. So, but she's a pleasure to ride and fought her heart out, and it's a great race.
Blake Shin, think about it.
Yes, look, he had a nice run, got into a prominent spot, 1 hour, 1 back, presented to win, didn't go on with it. So, it wasn't a think about it winner, so might be something there.
Tim Clark, Freedom Rally.
Yeah, really encouraging effort. He's very courageous there, and only been beaten a couple of lengths by the best sprinters.
Mickey D, Magic Time.
Yeah, she actually stumbled quite badly out of the gates and lost her shoe, and I think it was the Barrow boys come and brought her shoe back, and it was all twisted and mangled. So as soon as we jumped, we were on the back foot, and then she never felt comfortable at all. So big excuse there.
Nasrullah Espiona.
She didn't go yard. Just showing a few signs she might be coming in the season, and to be fair to her, it doesn't matter what goes wrong in the race, she always does something for you. She finds a line and wants to impress you. Today she just didn't, so fair excuse for her.